Hi, friend. You are welcome here. Let's take a deep breath together and let it out. I know how big a step it is for some of us to enter a sanctuary. I feel your pain. I know your pain. I have lived your pain too. I want to take this moment to honor your courage, to even be willing to take a tiny first step to be here. Your courage touches my heart. Before we begin, I want to tell you a little about why I created this space, this gentle psalm journey, and what you can expect here. This isn't a Bible study. It isn't a place of theological debate, performance, or pressure. This is a sanctuary, a resting ground, a space for breathing. For many of us who carry religious trauma, opening a Bible can feel like a panic response waiting to happen. I know that feeling intimately. I lived inside fundamentalism for many years, a world where power was misused, where silence was demanded, and where God's name was weaponized instead of whispered with love. After our trauma, I was homeless for 7 years. There was a time when I couldn't read scripture at all. It hurt too much. Entering a sanctuary flared my complex PTSD. And truthfully, I still tread slowly, tenderly. That's why this space exists, for those of us who want to reclaim something sacred, but on our own terms, at our own pace. You might notice that I use art journaling in a certain Bible version during our body doubling sessions. This one that I'm showing you now, the ESV. I don't use as my primary source anymore. It comes from a tradition steeped in patriarchal theology, and though I once held it close, I now hold it with boundaries. The art I have started to put inside is a way to reclaim it for myself. I've also written about retiring an older Bible, one I had filled with years of notes and prayers. I had carried it with me for more than 20 years. And some of those prayers went unanswered. Some were cries for rescue that never came, and some were cries for justice that never came. And while I loved that Bible, it held too much ache, too much pain. So I closed that chapter gently and began again. That's what this space is too, a beginning again. If you feel overwhelmed by scripture, if the words don't land safely in your nervous system, if reading the text feels too much, please don't force yourself. You are welcome to just listen, to watch, to breathe. This is not a test of devotion. It's not a theology class. This is a gentle walk through the Psalms for the ones who've been hurt by loud pulpits and forgotten by sanctuaries. Ones who knew Jesus once, but have felt lost or abandoned, but want to try to meet him again, the real Jesus who takes our hand, who promises never to leave. Ones who never met him, never wanted to in the past, but now do. We'll go slowly, one psalm at a time. No urgency, no timeline, no expectation. You can pause, you can journal, you can sit in the silence between the verses. I've chosen to read aloud from my Celebrate Recovery NIV Bible, a version that has felt more kind, more soft, more aligned with healing. It's not perfect, no translation is, but it feels safer in my hands, and that matters. This gentle walk through the Psalms is for the tender-hearted, the spiritually homesick, the ones trying to find Jesus again, or for the first time in their life, and maybe even themselves without shame. So welcome, friend. You don't have to believe perfectly to belong here. You just have to be breathing. Let's begin softly together. I will see you back here in our sanctuary next Sunday at 7 p.m. If you know someone who needs to join our gentle walk, invite them in. With love, Rhea.